All right, shalom, shalom, boys. Here, well, this is one of the last projects that I have to complete before it gets freezing cold. As you see, this is a propane tank, and this, fortunately, was on here on the land before I got here. But the problem is with the propane tank, just like a lot of other things, is that this regulator is broke. So I had to go ahead and buy a new regulator. I had to buy the tools. I've never done this before, but it's just copper piping. And interestingly enough, I got more copper piping that I had before I came. So the idea is that, this has to be fixed. And the beautiful thing about carpentry work is that if you can figure out one thing, you can pretty much figure out anything else. As you see, the tank is empty right now, but the idea is that I have to go ahead and fix these components before the propane tank guy comes out and refills this up. So this is going to power our propane stove that we have. So I went ahead and buy and purchase a Samsung stove as well as a new Samsung refrigerator, because all of that stuff, the ones that came in the house was bad. So we went ahead and replaced those. And appliances getting expensive. I mean, I went, the refrigerator cost $1,000, and like the stove cost about $900. And those was off the showroom. But this stuff is expensive. A lot of things are going up, including propane. I mean, I think the price of propane has gone up at least 50%. If I had did this probably about a year ago, but wasn't using it at that time. But now we got the stove, and so this has to be plugged in and set up. But in addition to that, I have to put in some valves, and they will not. The thing about the propane companies is that they will not fill up your tank again unless it is properly installed and inspected first. So the guy came out and said, "Yeah, this is what you need." I went down and got this. How much do these things cost? This is like $92. So as well as all of the other half-inch connections and the valves. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. But this is, what is this? This is a 200-gallon propane tank. And the beautiful thing about these is that you can do a lot of things off of propane. You can do cooking, you can do a hot water heater, and what I plan on doing is changing over to a LP hot water heater, a tankless hot water heater, but the electric one that's inside the house, that works fine just now. Nice hot showers, it works just fine. But the idea is that to be more self-sufficient, because the beautiful thing again about propane is that you can store it, and you can store it for a long time. So this propane tank should last us a year once I fill it up. And it's going to cost about $400 or $500 to charge up. But once it's charged up, we got it and it's done. So just in case the power goes out, I mean, we do have the ability to cook off grid when it comes to our wood stoves, as well as a wood barbecue pit or barbecue pit that I have that I've showed before. But the idea is that you have these abilities to go ahead and cook and be off grid. So in spite when the grid goes down, we got propane. Okay. So this is one of the last projects that I have. I had to do all of the plumbing work, all of the sewage work. I had to replace all of that stuff, put it in, insulate the underskirt. All of that stuff is done. But these are the kind of things that need to be done if you're going to be self-sufficient. So go ahead. If you don't have a large propane tank, they sell these on Facebook Marketplace. You can get them off of Craigslist. You don't have to buy one new. And as you see, I went ahead and spray painted a little bit just to see how it looks. But you can go ahead and spray paint this thing if you're concerned about how it looks, and it'll be just fine. But it's another thing, that propane, man. You see all of the sewage pipes that I was using to replace the sewage lines going into the septic tank. But this is another major project that needed to get done. So the beautiful thing about it is that once it's done, and you don't have to worry about it no more. But liquid propane, just like everything else, is getting more expensive. What you want to do is you want to ensure that you're securing these kind of resources, because as the price of things going up more and more, it's going to cost you. And a lot of people, they're going to get crushed because propane. People heat their homes with propane. So, go ahead and secure as much propane as you can. And I'm going to go ahead and get this done. All right, shalom.